items $5.99 or more. We're celebrating spring with more fun and more savings. Create a season full of happiness at Lowe's. Homes any budget, home to any possibility. Exclude Connecticut and Rhode Island. Appliance offer restrictions and other fees may apply. See store for details while supplies last.
It's April 2022. I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. With home values at an all-time high, it's time to make your home work for you. Get started on your cash-out refinance right now and call Hall Financial at 866-CALL-HALL or go to callhallfirst.com.
Let your voice be heard. Call the D Las Vegas 97.1 The Ticket Studio line at 248-539-9797. The D Las Vegas, the home for Detroit sports in Vegas. The Detroit Tigers host the Chicago White Sox. Pregame tomorrow at 12:30 on 97.1 The Ticket. Live from the Jamie Samuelson studio. Here's Stoney and Jansen.
248-539-9797. The one thing, maybe, I don't know, if the Pistons did last night, Cade playing as well as he did, maybe that Rookie of the Year thing is going to happen. I don't know. I still have a feeling we probably won't get it. But
do you think how much of it rides? There's plenty of resume for all of the rookies to this point.
Yeah.
How much of it would ride on a performance against Milwaukee or against Philly?
I don't know, because they're not on national television.
Right.
Look, I think the fact that Mobley and Barnes are playing with teams that are in the playoffs is much more of a factor than anything else the rest of the way.
Right.
In fact, I don't know if that's a reason why they're not shutting it down per se, but
that's my question.
Yeah.
Is if he makes has a great game against Milwaukee. I mean, they are a playoff team.
Yes.
Same with Philly, and so
champs.
Right, and so if you're waiting for that final resume builder for voting on Rookie of the Year, even though he's not on a playoff team, how does he perform against other playoff contenders? That's if you're comparing him to Mobley or Barnes.
Yeah, we saw how he played against Philly last week. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
He takes over the game, or at least tries to, when the situation is warranted. All right, tomorrow is opening day. The opening day is actually starting baseball today, but the Tigers we've had a few games already postponed. Tigers, White Sox tomorrow at Comerica Park. Jack White will be singing the national anthem. He's got a concert later that night, I believe, or at least on Saturday. So that's pretty cool. But the Tigers, everybody is really pumped up.
As they should be.
They should be. It's baseball. It's opening day. The Tigers, had a, I wouldn't say good, but they, better than expected season and, year one of, A.J. Hinch. I mean, last year they went 77 wins.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the over-under totals, and I see 78.5. And normally, at first glance, I say, well, they had 77 last year. They added Javi Baez. The young pitchers should be better this year.
Right.
You got a Batten, Torkelson, Riley Green. Before he got hurt, you were happy for him, and then now he'll come back and help. But it's no guarantee, and I don't know, if I was a betting man, which I am, and I'm not going to bet this, I might bet the under, and here's the reason. I think the expectations are naturally where they are for good reason, but they have an April that is going to be very tough, and we hate to play schedules, especially in baseball, but we talked about it a little bit yesterday, where they're going to be playing the White Sox, the Red Sox, the Yankees. I think the Red Sox, the Yankees twice.
Yeah.
They got to play the Dodgers. They got to play the Astros. So early on, it's going to be tough. Plus, they came out with their opening day roster yesterday, and with the injuries that they have in the bullpen, look, Snell's not a great pitcher, but he can eat up some innings. He was effective for a decent part of the season last year. You made the big acquisition of getting, Chafin from San Diego. He's a really good, he played Oakland in the last part of the year, but he's really good. And he's hurt for at least 10 days. Fulmer has not looked good at all. He's healthy. His velocity has been down. So you have guys in the bullpen that you really don't even know that much about, even though they do have major league experience, Jacob Barnes and Will Vest. And this is the time of the year, guys, where starting pitchers don't go that long anyway because of the weather. And now we had an aborted spring training.
Right. Which is why they're allowed to have as many pitchers on the roster as they want.
This bullpen scares the Jesus out of me, especially the first month of the season.
Well,
And I'm worried.
and when we talked to AJ Hinch, he mentioned, all right, so the guys that are your one inning closers, right? It doesn't take much to get them ramped up because they're only going to be going for one inning. Everybody else, especially if you got a middle reliever, those guys could be called on for 4 innings. And are they ready for 4 innings? Because your starting pitching may only go 3.5, 4 innings.
Yeah. And I forgot what's his name, too, who was pretty good last year. Funkhauser.
Yeah.
He's on the DL right now. Pineda's not even ready yet. I mean, he's a starter, but they don't have the depth in the bullpen. And if they can get out of this, I don't know, April, early May, 1 or 2 games under 500, I think that would be a success.
If they could come out of April and early May, 1 or 2 under 500, yeah, I think that would be an absolutely huge success. You're looking at, and you mentioned it already, right? Chicago, 3 games. Boston, 3 games. All of those are at home, so that's 6. We don't want to play the schedule game, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. And a lot of it because of what they did last April.
Right. Exactly.
It cost them at the end of the year. New York, they've got a 3-game series at home. Luckily, those 9 games are all at Comerica.
Just quick, Stoney, I will say the schedule thing is scary. I'm really concerned about this bullpen and them surviving.
Yeah.
But having said that, in baseball, a lot of times the really good teams don't get the engine rolling until May.
That's true.
I'm
more
rarely
concerned
see a
about the
team.
bullpen.
Really, rarely see a team just break out in spring. So
35-5 is not every
That's what I said.
A team
I wasn't
doesn't, a
saying
team doesn't
Tigers.
do that very often. If you're going to ask me to compare my concerns, to me, concern number 1 is the bullpen. I don't care who they're playing. Because early on, starters aren't going at me.
exactly.
And that's, it's a shame. It's nobody's fault. Guys got injured,
Yeah. I think if, and I don't want to, if you're coming out of April and early May, let's just say April and May, because in May things even out a little bit, but they're going to have a whole bunch of division games in May. If they can come out of the first 2 months 1 or 2 below 500, then I think you're then looking at a team
Right.
that can finish maybe 3 or 4 above 500.
Yes. But to sit there and, I don't know, we can hope that, as Doug would like to say, be on the graphic in September. Realistically, I don't see that happening. I think, they should, as a team, I don't know if the record will, support it, improve, because you would hope young players are going to get better.
Yeah, progress by Akil Baddoo. Torkelson, whether or not he comes out firing, but by the All-Star break, you would expect him to be finding his groove. Same with Riley Green.
So, we'll be down there tomorrow, and we'll talk more about it tomorrow. Our telephone number, 248-539-9797. Here's Heather.
All right, there's a judge that has ordered that the Packard plant in Detroit be demolished immediately. So this ruling came last Thursday when the plant's owner, a Peruvian developer, and his attorney, they missed a trial. There was a date scheduled. They didn't show up, and the city basically saying, hey, this has to be demolished. It's considered a public nuisance. The judge says that the structures are dangerous and significantly threaten the public's health, safety, and welfare. So basically, all the buildings must be demolished and all debris must be removed at the expense of the owner, and it's expected to cost millions of dollars. And it has to start within 42 days of the judgment or by early June, and then all of the cleanup at the sites will need to be done in 90 days.
It's kind of an historic place. I mean,
It is,
yeah,
but it is.
I know.
It's an eyesore,
I know.
and it's falling apart. It's
Public nuisance. It's all,
Yeah.
the other term I kind of enjoy is the attractive nuisance. And it's, and honestly, the legal term, I don't know what it completely means, but it will draw curiosity from kids that want to ride their bikes around there. They want to throw stones or something, and those are the ones that you've got to worry about. Hey, if something happens, will they even know that they're in there?
have you ever been to the
Around it, yeah.
it's
Well, It's cool.
It's
but,
very
like,
cool.
Photographers love going
I
there.
did a photo shoot there one time, and it was very, very cool. But it's also, I was a little nervous walking around there, like, what are we gonna find in here? Yeah, it's pretty gross. Anyway, Farmington Hills firefighters are being hailed as heroes after rescuing a woman from a burning home early Wednesday morning. So by the time that crews showed up after receiving a call, they saw a large fire on the first floor of this home. They went around to the backyard, and that's where they saw the victim standing in a window of the second floor in a bedroom. They were able to climb up a ladder, get to the window. It was covered in smoke, but they were able to get this woman out. She was taken to the hospital and then also transferred to a regional burn center. And officials just believe that the fire started accidentally, but they're reminding people to make sure you have working fire alarms, because it sounds like this person didn't have any working fire alarms in their home, which is such a shame. Maybe it could have alerted her to get out a little quicker. So you got to do that. Make sure you have those. Good news, you guys. Weather is warming up and it is on its way. We should hit 70 degrees sometime next week.
Yes.
Woohoo! 60s around Tuesday, hopefully 70s by Wednesday. Awesome news.
Yes.
I love it. More awesome news. It's National Burrito Day and also National Beer Day.
All right.
A day to celebrate.
Yes, tomorrow's National Plumber Day.
Well, tomorrow could be National Beer Day at the ballpark.
Yeah. Hot dogs, yeah.
A little beer tonight, maybe? For dinner?
Tonight?
Why not? Beer.
Why
Yeah,
not?
National Beer Day. Wow.
Oh, yeah, for dinner. Why tonight? Well, because I just told you.
Yes,
That's
exactly
why.
right. You have this magnetism. You suggest something, and I do
And then you do it.
Yes, exactly. All right, thank you very much, Heather. Don't forget the 2 Grand Slam comes up at 7:25, 97 when you can.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here with the Bet River Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by Bet River Sportsbook, Detroit's hometown sportsbook. Pro baseball season about to start. Last chance to bet win totals if you're interested in that sort of thing. Let's take a look at the Los Angeles team in the NL. The favorite to win the NL, favorite to win the championship, favorite to win their division, and a very high win total right now of 98.5. And of course it's high. Like, the team's going to be awesome. I actually think it's a little low. I think LA rolls out of bed and wins 100 games this year. The lineup is ridiculously stacked, adding a former league MVP at first base. The rotation's going to be good. The pitching staff overall is good. So I like Los Angeles here to go over 98.5 wins. So win total play, LA in the NL, over 98.5 wins. That's it for this Bet River Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by Bet River Sportsbook, Detroit's hometown sportsbook. Check out the latest lines today at BetRivers.com. I'm Nick Costos. Keep it locked here for more throughout the day. Must be 21, playable in Michigan. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-270-7117.
My Friday nights usually spent out, but since my friends got Xfinity Internet, Friday nights in are where it's at. Because Xfinity has supersonic Wi-Fi faster than a gig to power a house full of devices all
my
at
other
once.
chapstick.
We got our show
Crap.
streaming,
Yeah,
playlist
one
bumping,
more in here.
and games galore. Now that's unbeatable internet for every great night in. Come on, y'all. The coasters aren't just for decoration.
Learn more about supersonic Wi-Fi from Xfinity, or get started with 50 megabits per second internet for $25 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today to learn more. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account and score 2822. Restrictions apply. New Connect Internet customers only. Equipment, taxes and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Gig Wi-Fi requires gig internet and X-Fi gateway. Actual speeds vary.
Attention all home sellers, it's Mark Z with DXP. While nobody can predict the future, what I can tell you is inventory is lower than it's ever been, causing home prices to be higher than they've ever been. It's a great time to sell a home, and buyers are lined up because they know interest rates are going up. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, call official realtor of the Detroit Pistons. Me, Mark Z. I'm not bragging, I'm applying for the job.
I'm Adam Healthman from Hire It Done, here with a quick plumbing tip. Stay away from drain cleaner because it's highly caustic and can wear away your pipes
Branch makes the softest organic sheets on the market using 100% sustainable raw materials. As the first fair trade certified manufacturer of linen, you can feel as good about your sheets as they feel against your skin. Plus, Boll & Branch focuses on quality over quantity because higher thread counts are not always better. Their signature hemmed sheets are made from lightweight organic cotton that gets softer with every wash, and they come in 7 colors from twin up to California King. Best of all, Boll & Branch gives you a fair price and a 30-day risk-free trial with free shipping and returns. So experience the best sheets you've ever felt only at bollandbranch.com. Get a 20% discount during the April 4th to 10th pre-sale at bollandbranch.com with promo code SAVE. That's BOLLAND branch.com. Promo code SAVE.
This hour of instant feedback brought to you by Mike Impero of National Benefit Plans. Call 877-734-2200.
The Detroit Pistons host the Milwaukee Bucks. Pregame tomorrow night at 6:35 on 97.1 The Ticket. Live from the Jamie Samuelson studio, here's Tony and Jackson.
97.1 The Ticket. The Wings beat the Winnipeg Jets 3-1 last night, and the Dallas Mavericks get the Pistons top 3 lottery.
Hopes alive.
Yes, with a 131-113 win over the Pistons at the LCA. Kate Cunningham, nice score, 25, 9, and 7. So he's all right, and that's why these games, obviously not somebody as good as him, but a compliment, really good complimentary player, correct. Some ticket texts on our little baseball discussion. Brad from Howell says, I'm really concerned with our pitching, especially the bullpen. I think we were all excited because the team is better, but it's still a middle-of-the-road roster. Do we have any players in the top 50? I don't think so. Not yet. I hope we do by the end of the season. Go time. What's that?
In 2 miles, take exit 14C onto F39 and south of the freeway.
White Sox just lost the #1 starter for a while. The lineup has injuries, so other teams have the same issue with the Tigers just to win. Last night is a bigger loss than this is. Yeah, obviously, he is. However, when you couple that with Funkhauser and Chafin, I mean, you complete your bullpen, but if somebody else on the ticket that points out, I like the injury talk after a short spring training. Every team is battling injuries. That's saying just to get through April. It's not no different than any other team.
Well, so you also gotta start looking at, okay, Tucker Barnhart behind the plate. Is that an upgrade from last year?
Yeah.
Okay. Javi Baez at short. Is that an upgrade?
Yes.
Spencer Torkelson at first, along with Miggy's bat still in the lineup.
We don't know if that's
Right. So
Sco played a lot of first base.
Stay in the second lane from right.
And then you go position by position.
Yeah.
And they are better. But every team, at least in the division, it feels like most of the teams have improved a little bit as well. What does that mean for
Use the right 2 lanes to take exit 14C onto M39 and south of the
first
freeway.
time I really felt a manager made a huge difference. How much does AJ Hinch factor into now
Take
that
the
he has
exit.
another year of building those relationships with his pitching staff, with some of the players? Akeem Badu.
Right. If we're doing this show, though, in Minneapolis right now, our Twins are appreciably better than they were last year.
Right.
In Cleveland, they really didn't do much hitting-wise, but their pitching is still great, and they have these young players coming up. One, I believe, the last name is Kwan, is going to be starting in the outfield. Supposedly, he's got a lot of potential, so it's people like that. And like I said, the bullpen, even when healthy, is scary.
In 3.4 miles, take exit 12 toward Grand River Avenue and M5.
This is not a team that you sit there.
No, but they're a better team than they were last year. Does that mean
They're on paper, yes.
Yeah. Does that mean they're going to be more than 77 wins like they had last year? We'll find out.
Yep, they're on Vegas.
I think so. I think they're going to be at 500.
They should be. And I think that's realistic. By the way, I got tweeted a DM, and I went to look it up to make sure this person was correct. And it looks like he is, and we apologize. We were making fun of Canada's rules about the vaccination, John, but the rules are the same here. They can't come here like this.
Right.
So we're saying it's a dumb rule for Canada. So what's the
get Austin Meadows, when you have Victor Reyes, who's he had a great spring. He's got speed. He got defense. He can hit the ball. Okay. You got Davis. You got Derek Hill already proving himself. What's their future?
Well, Derek Hill's hurt, first of all, so when he comes back, he'll probably be with the team. Reyes, too, I mean, they had a lot of utility guys, and maybe one of the Castro that's on the team, I forget which one that would be, Harold or Willie, I think Willie, maybe he goes down. Yeah, then Victor Reyes, you're right, he had a really good spring, but they need major pop in that lineup. And Meadows, I don't think he's going to play every single day. I think you're going to have a situation where you're going to have a rotation in the outfield. I don't think they gave up anything.
Use the right lane to take exit 12 toward Grand River Avenue and M5.
Suarez, when he was traded to Cincinnati for Alfredo Simon. That's it. I just don't think there's a downside. I see your point, though. Derek Hill is a great defensive player.
Right, got great range.
Yeah.
In a stadium where you need great range.
Absolutely. I mean, the grass out there.
Take the exit, then turn left onto Grand River Avenue.
Yes, I wouldn't want to have to mow that thing.
No.
Speaking of which, there's a rule in Ann Arbor, I believe, that's telling people when to mow their
Go
lawn.
past this light,
No mow
then at the
May.
next one, turn left onto Grand River Avenue.
Yes.
And this is an actual.
Sounds like what
It's an initiative, yes.
So what do they want to do here?
They want you not to mow your lawn for the whole month of May.
And so
From now until the end of May. You can start mowing your lawn in June.
in June, right? Yes, after April showers, and bring the May
Turn
flowers,
right
and
onto
the
Archfield
grass is
Street.
going to be a
Then
foot
turn
tall.
right onto Grand River Avenue.
Save the bees and all the pollinators. That's the whole point of it, is to help save the bees.
to help
And
save
all the other
bees.
pollinators, yes.
So your neighborhood could look like crap.
Just for a month.
For a month, yes, and then it'll take another month to actually mow and then rake up and clean up. This is, I saw this the other day, and I know Gov had this as well. It drives me crazy when when other people, whether it's municipalities or your neighbors, want to tell you what you can do.
At the stop
with
sign,
your
turn
yard
right onto Grand
and
River
your
Avenue.
property.
Then turn left onto Archfield Street.
Taxes on it. They're not going to come out and help you pay those taxes, but they want to say, oh no, you need to cut this tree down, or you can't touch this tree because it provides shade on my yard. I had a friend over on this weekend who cut down a couple of diseased trees, and his neighbor came over and gave him
Hell.
yeah, absolute hell, and had city officials come out to make sure that everything was being done correctly, where he was trying to actually
Turn
protect
left onto
his
Archfield
house
Street.
with that
Then
he
the
has two
destination
little
is on
kids
your
that
right.
live in, to make sure that a branch or an entire tree wasn't going to come down on their house, but also in turn protecting the neighbors, because that tree could fall in their house or their yard, and he wanted to come over and say, you know what, I've been manicuring this for the past 20 years.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
The destination is on your right, 15001 Archdale Street.
Their lawn.
Arrive.
You know what I mean? Like it goes over. That's the only way you can say.
If it hangs over their
yes,
yard,
then it becomes somewhat part of their property too.
well, it's really